Well done, guys. You're doing exceptionally well. Keep up the momentum. Keep committed and just invest a few minutes every single day into your personal development, into growing, into becoming the best salesperson you can become. Small investment of time now. You know what they say? Pay the price today and live and earn the promise tomorrow. And the promise tomorrow is more income and a much, much happier day, because as you get better at it, in other words, as you get better at selling, so you're going to enjoy selling even more. Awesome, let's get going. Okay, so now what we want to have a look at is we want to have a look at building your 30 to 60 minute social selling routine. Note I said, and I put a time to it, you need to invest a fixed amount of time every day. You need to make sure that you do it consistently every single day. So as you take those actions daily, right, you need to know what to do. So let's go through the process. So the first thing that you need to do when you're doing your social selling strategy is you need to first of all find the content that you're going to be delivering. You need to find the people. So in other words, you need to know who am I going to be speaking to, what content am I going to be delivering to them, and most importantly, what is the purpose? Why do I need to do it? So that's the first task, that you need to figure out where you're going to find time to do that to facilitate an effective social selling strategy. Next, you've got to have a look around and you've got to say, okay, so we spoke about content already, but because I know this customer so well, I've researched this customer, I understand. So remember, we're focusing and targeting. So we're talking about new customers. It's about our magnificent 50. We have chosen them because they are a perfect fit for our organization. Secondly, we look at our existing customers and we need to say, okay, so in order to wow our customers, in order to add value to our customers, in order to make sure that our customers feel appreciated, our existing customers, what content, what sales resources, what materials have I already got, or maybe what do I need to create? So can you see, first of all, we've got to find the right people, we've got to find and make sure the right content, but then we've got to ask the next question. Where are we going to either create or discover? Remember, our content is kept in our central online facility. It's in our sales decks. It's easy to find. We have a sales deck map. So finding the content is easy, but here's the challenge. There might not be the exact content that you need. So maybe you need to find, your marketing department might need to create it on your behalf. You might need to create it, but you need to be, or should I rather say, you need to have time available daily to make sure that you can do that. Next, you want to talk about engaging customers, right? So now you've found the information, you've found the right people, you have identified if there's new content that you need to deliver. Now you need to engage the customer. In other words, you need to put the content in the right place, on the right social platform. So you need to put it on LinkedIn. You need to create a blog. You need to create an e-sign or an ebook. You need to figure out, how am I going to engage my customer? What am I going to do? In other words, what social medium or what medium of social media am I going to use? Is it going to be Facebook? Is it going to be an ad? Am I going to do something on LinkedIn? Am I going to post something to a group on LinkedIn? Where am I going to post the content? How am I going to engage my customer? So that's a task that I need to perform daily. Then I need to, and this is absolutely critical, it's no good having the perfect content, making sure that the content is posted on the perfect place. It serves the absolutely perfect purpose, but you don't track it. So one of the other crucial things, like I said to you, you have to, with the social media or a multi-channel communication strategy to be successful, it's got to be tailored, right? You also need to make sure that you research and you know your customers really well. But what's really important, besides making time available to do this, is you also need to track what's working and what's not. So one of the things that we do is whatever material we send out, we normally create 4 different versions. And then we do something which is called split testing. So we test each version Even emails, social media, whatever we're creating, we create 4 similar versions because each version will be accepted differently. And once you've split tested it, in other words, which one performs best, now you know how you can, or at least you've got the perfect material to send out to each individual customer. Next, you need to understand one of the most crucial parts. As I said to you before, customers now educate themselves via the internet. They educate themselves using digital technology. So that's got to be one of your primary objectives. You've got to say, okay, so if my customers are indeed educating themselves using digital channels, social channels, etc., what am I going to do to make sure that the information they find when they are indeed educating themselves, the information they're going to find is not my competitors, but it's mine? What am I going to do? How am I going to ensure that I get the right information in front of the right customer so that I can educate them? That's another crucial thing that you need to implement when you're working out your daily routine as far as social selling goes. And finally, the final point is, it's not a stagnant process. As you know, the business cycle is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So we need to constantly, remember, I'm going to remind you about that critical monthly SWOT analysis that you run. So your monthly SWOT analysis also needs to consider what's changed internationally, nationally, in my industry, markets, customers, and how do I need to change, develop, improve, or modify my social selling strategy, my social selling process. You've got to consider, it's a dynamic thing. If you believe that you can just launch your social selling strategy or your social selling process and forget about it, that's not going to happen. Social selling is all about you investing enough time to put the right materials in front of the right people with purpose.